What if the secret to building lasting wealth has nothing to do with chasing the latest trends or showing off with flashy purchases? For generations, a different philosophy has been at play. A quiet, powerful approach to money, known as old money. This isn't just about inherited wealth, but a mindset, a way of living that prioritizes stewardship over consumption, discretion over display, and legacy over a fleeting lifestyle. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, these timeless principles offer a compelling blueprint for modern prosperity. The term old money only appeared in the 1960s. It describes families who have maintained their fortunes over multiple generations, often in societies without a formal aristocratic class, like the United States. Their origins trace back to the elite planter class, or early merchants whose wealth was built before the American Revolution. This contrasts with new money, which is wealth acquired within a single generation through labor, ingenuity, or a financial windfall. This dynamic was clear during the Gilded Age, when industrialists and financiers, often called robber barons, displayed conspicuous consumption through extravagant mansions, elaborate clothes, and grandiose parties. For the old money class, such behavior was considered gauche. While new money flaunts wealth for social status, old money values privacy, tradition, and intellectual pursuits. The philosophy of enduring wealth is not about showing what you have, but about quietly securing and preserving it. The first principle is stewardship, the idea that wealth is not a personal indulgence but a responsibility to be managed for future generations. It is a disciplined approach to spending that may seem frugal, but it is a deliberate choice to focus on what can be sustained, not just what can be afforded. A key habit is to buy fewer, better things that are durable and timeless. A well-maintained older car or home is preferred over a brand new flashy one. The idea is similar to buying a high-quality pair of boots that last for a decade, rather than multiple cheap pairs that need constant replacing. It is a mindful way of living that reduces waste and fosters a deeper appreciation for value. The second principle is the understanding that discretion and privacy are not just preferences, they are strategic assets. This comes from a sense of security that does not need external validation. Overt displays of wealth attract unwanted scrutiny and envy. The wealthy avoid discussing prices, salaries, or expenditures, and prefer a low profile, often hosting private gatherings rather than seeking the spotlight in public venues. In today's age of social media, this quiet confidence is a form of social capital. The third principle is patient, long-term investing. A classic example is the difference between the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers. The Vanderbilts lost their fortune through showy, non-productive assets, while the Rockefellers preserved theirs for 6 generations by prioritizing productive assets such as commercial buildings, dividend stocks, and rental properties. Their strategy focused on diversification and capital preservation to outpace inflation and survive market volatility. The goal is to own income-generating capital that requires little active management, freeing time for other pursuits. The final principle is the legacy of knowledge. Money alone cannot secure a legacy. The true inheritance is family culture, values, and financial philosophy passed down through education and example. This prevents the common pattern of wealth being squandered within 3 generations. The Rockefellers created the first family office and a family constitution to align members and avoid conflicts. Education begins early, with saving and budgeting for children, personal budgeting for teenagers, and investment or philanthropy involvement for young adults. Families also share their origin stories to instill gratitude. These principles are not exclusive to a privileged class. Anyone can adopt them. The first step is paying off high-interest debt, then automating savings and investments to resist lifestyle creep. Spending should prioritize quality over quantity, and wealth should be directed into productive, income-generating assets. It is also important to acknowledge that the romanticized image of old money hides a complex history of systemic inequality. The wealth snowball effect makes upward mobility harder for those without initial resources. The philosophy can also foster entitlement or social isolation due to extreme privacy. Ultimately, the goal is not to join a social class, but to adopt intentionality. Money should be seen as a tool for a purposeful life, not a reason for public display. True wealth is not defined by what you have, but by how you manage it, protect it, and pass it on with intention. By embracing these principles, anyone can transform their relationship with money from reactive consumption to proactive stewardship. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tips and strategies to grow your financial knowledge.